The Minnesota Timberwolves defeated the Golden State Warriors 121 to 110 to eliminate them from the playoffs. And I have to say, this feels pretty damn good. I'm not even a Timberwolves fan, but I'm just happy that the Warriors are out of the playoffs. I hate the Warriors. I hate Stephen Curry. I hate Draymond Green. Go fuck themselves. And I don't like Jimmy Butler. Just they're a hateable, repugnant group. So it's great that they're out of the playoffs. Now I don't have to hate watch anymore. So thank you, Timberwolves, for taking care of business and just ending the Warriors. I will have to say that I was disappointed at the end of the game that they didn't show Draymond Green if he shook Rudy Gobert's hand. I just wanted to see that for comedy since Draymond hates Rudy Gobert so much. I think like he's probably the player Draymond hates the most in the league. So it would have been funny to see if he actually manned up and shook Rudy's hand. The only reason I'm saying this is because he called out Dylan Brooks for not shaking his hand. So can Draymond actually live up to what he was saying about shaking guys' hands after you lose? That's what I would have been interested to see, but for some reason the cameras did not show whether or not he came up to Rudy Gobert. So just a side note, I just wanted to see that for comedy, but I'm also happy for Rudy Gobert to win this series because it was personal between him and Draymond. They've had this feud for several years where Draymond, I felt, has gotten the last laugh so many times by insulting him, by being a front runner, especially when he took Rudy Gobert out when he was with the Jazz in the playoffs with the stacked Warriors teams during the late 2010s, and then just choking him out last year, and then even taunting him in the playoffs as a color commentator by making fun of him for losing to the who did they lose to last year? Oh yeah, the Mavericks. My mind slips. So I was happy for him. He got that revenge against the schoolyard bully in humiliating fashion. I would say he defeated him. So that's great. But just going to the game, few things stood out to me in this game is that Brendan Podzinski for the Warriors finally had a good playoff game. I was shocked that he was able to turn the corner despite being garbage for the whole entire playoffs. But this was the one game where everything went right for him, I would say. He had 28 points, 11-19 shooting. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. I would say it was a fluke game, but hey, I'll give him some credit that he actually showed up in this game. The other guy for the Warriors that really stood out to me was Jonathan Kuminga. He had 26 points on 11 of 23 shooting from the field, so he had a great game. It will be very interesting to see if the Warriors decide to keep Kuminga after this offseason because he is a free agent. Kuminga hates playing for them, which I don't blame him for, to be honest. I don't think his game is complementary to Curry, and the Warrior system is designed around Curry. He doesn't favor some types of players, especially an ISO-heavy player like Kuminga, that he cannot really play off the ball effectively. So it would be in his best interest to leave the Warriors. And I know from what I've seen the last few years, he hates being there. So I'm sure he'll try to get out of there. The question is, does the Warriors match him since he's a restricted free agent? That would be interesting. I actually hope they let him go so he can thrive somewhere else instead of just wasting his time, to be honest. I'm interested to see what he can do on some other team once he gets the opportunity to play the style of basketball he wants to play. So that'll be interesting. Those were the two bright spots for the Warriors. Him and I would say Moses Moody was solid. So those three guys were just the bright spots for the Warriors. But the rest of the team stunk. They were terrible. They shot only 43% from the field overall, 28% from three-point range. And let's just now go to the Wolves. Anthony Edwards had a great game, 22 points and 12 assists. Granted, he did have 7 turnovers. That's the only thing you can knock him for, but he was great overall in this game, getting everybody involved. And whenever the Warriors made a run, he would hit a timely shot to stop the run. That's a sign of being a great player. It's just knowing when to step up when your team needs you to score a bucket to stop the bleeding. So that's important. Shows some evolution on him to know when to take over a game, when to sit back. So great game by him. The other guy I would say that was great for the Timberwolves this game was Julius Randle. This guy has been amazing this series. He had another great game, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 13 of 18 shooting from the field. The only knock I can give this guy, just like Anthony Edwards, was that he had 5 turnovers. That's the only knock I would say in the game. But overall, he was great. He owned this series. He made Draymond look like garbage. Granted, it's not hard to do when Draymond doesn't have Curry there backing him up, but he exposed Draymond's defense like every game. He was like owning him, except probably for game one, but he just dominated that matchup. And he's had a great playoff so far, both rounds. First round, guarding LeBron, and then this round, matching up with Draymond. It'll be interesting to see what he does in the conference finals, but got to give him credit. It was fun to watch him in this game. And Jaden McDaniels was very solid in this game, along with Dante Vincenzo. The only knock I'm going to give the Timberwolves this game was they had a ridiculous amount of turnovers. They shot 62.8% from the field, 41.9 from three, and they only won this game by like 11 points. That has a lot to do with their turnovers. If they didn't turn the ball over that many times as they did, they probably would have won this game by like, I don't know, 30 or even 40 points. They got to be very careful with their turnovers. That to me has been an issue throughout the series. And that will get exposed, especially if they play OKC the next round. I like to see them clean this up and just be better at making plays and just limiting the turnovers. They really got to do that. If they limit the turnovers, they might have a chance to do something special the next round and actually win the next round. There's a chance. They have a chance in hell, I would say, but this hinges on them limiting their turnovers, obviously doing several other things, but I think limiting the turnovers is a big part of that. But this was a great win by the Timberwolves. This is now the most successful era in Timberwolves basketball. This is the second year in a row they're going to the conference finals. Think about that. 2 years in a row for them, when during the Kevin Garnett era, they only went to the conference finals once and multiple first-round exits. Anthony Edwards might have a case of being the greatest Timberwolf of all time if this continues to keep up, I would say. I may make a video on that, debating that. But I don't have anything else to say.